What's up, y'all? I hope you're well. So, I wanted to talk about this really quickly because I think it's important for us to remember the ways in which situations are connected and the ripple effect of oppression and how it all plays out. So, for many of you who know, I have a book. It's called The Body Is Not an Apology, The Power of Radical Self-Love. And since the book came out, I've been selling copies on my website. The way that process works is people order on the website. I, once or twice a month, download a CSV form, a form that has all of the orders on it. I send it to a distributor who handles collating those orders and mailing them out and all of that other stuff. And that's how that works. And, I make, from what it is that you pay for, I make, $1.50 for every book. So it's not like I'm out here balling out of control, just so we're clear on these book sales. And generally anywhere from 30 to 60 orders, if I was having a really amazing month, maybe 100 orders in a month. So it was real navigable for me to manage. And then the U.S. watched George Floyd be executed in the middle of the street, and white people began to awake from their racialized coma and all of a sudden started buying up every Black person's book that was ever written. Now, under the structure of white supremacist delusion, yay, oh, look at us. We're such good white people. Now we've bought up all the Black people's books. The Black people are on New York Times sellers, bestsellers list, like all of a sudden, yay, Black people. And that's supposed to be like some blessing, right? Like some look at us. Again, the way that white saviorism is such a sneaky, messy, rotten tomato ass thing. Because here's the deal. What actually happened for me and for people like me who don't have a whole machine behind them. I don't have a machine, y'all. Maybe a machine is coming, but as it stands right now, it's this bitch on her computer at a rental. I don't even I don't even have a location. So I'm just out here traveling, trying to figure out what I'm doing in the middle of a fucking pandemic, global uprising, while people killing Black people and destroying lives after all. And that's just the global thing. That didn't even talk about all the wild shit I've been navigating in my personal life. But now I wake up one morning and ta-da, there are 3,000 book orders where there used to be 30. Now, here's the other thing you should know is that I have to pay for those books up front. So you all send me the money, right? Like you send me the money and then I send the orders to the distributor, and then the distributor takes the cost of the book from what you all sent. Well, the problem is that goes in a bank account. That bank account has limitations because I'm not rich. So my bank account has, the Body Is Not an Apologies bank account have 50 cents in it. Like less than $1,000 is the truth of the matter, right? But white people woke up one day and then all of a sudden there are $10,000 worth of book orders. My bank doesn't even process more than, I can't even make a purchase bigger than $5,000 in a day. And actually that's not even true. It was $4,000 in a day. But I have now $25,000 worth of book orders, which seems like that's a good problem for me, except that I can't execute that. And I certainly can't execute it for a bunch of white people who are used to ordering their shit off of Amazon, and it comes by the time they finish their morning constitutional, right? So now you're ordering directly from Black people because that's supposed to be helping Black people. Look how great I am. I'm buying up Black people's books. Look how great I am. Except that then you're creating a ripple effect where Black people now can't actually, many Black people, some people, like I said, certainly can, but many Black people and certainly people like myself can't fulfill those orders in any timely fashion, right? And then you're in my inbox every day, mad at me. I can't believe I don't have my order. And let me be clear, it's not the majority of people. And so for those people who is taking a really long time to get your book, thank you for your incredible graciousness and patience. I appreciate it. And I hope that someplace in it, there's also the recognition that white urgency is violence. I got that from Ebony Janice and Thea Monier. They did an entire lecture series about it, and it's the absolute truth. White urgency is violence. White people wake up and then the whole world is supposed to go into action without having ever set up any of the infrastructures necessary for Black people to be successful and then to be held to a barometer of a white supremacist system and standard of operation. So people are emailing me like I should be Jeff Bezos, except that they wasn't thinking about me the day before. But now that they're ready, all my shit should be in order. Because I should have been waiting as the lowly little Black girl who white people want to pay attention to now. I should have been waiting for white people to want to buy my book. How dare I not have been prepared for white people to one day wake up to the shit we've been saying for fucking 400 years and then want to read a book about it. And I think what's frustrating for me is that there's a real lack of context. Because I have to lay this out. I'm right now on here using my WhatsApp, y'all, to lay out the landscape of how even when white people call themselves trying to interrupt white supremacist delusion, it's a bull in a china shop situation where ultimately there's additional harm. And I'm not going to say far more harm because the truth of the matter is I want people to read my book. I do believe that there is tremendous information for how we begin a journey of dismantling these systems that live inside of us. So yes, I want you to get the book. I want to get it to you as fast as possible. But as fast as possible, unfortunately, when you wake up with 3,000 orders a month is 3 months. And that's not my desire. It's not at all the way that I want to be doing business, but it is the response that white supremacist delusion and white urgency as violence has backed me into. I could not get you these books. There are systems, right? And there are systems and structures that also operate off of white supremacist delusion, which means that I can't change those systems. I was in New Zealand calling the United States to try to explain to them why overnight I have what they consider weird influxes of money. People was blocking my cards and my accounts, right? And so, which actually just creates greater stress for me. And so I just want people to recognize that your awakening is not without consequence. That your arrival to this moment is not without impact on all of the ways in which you are delayed, and that delay has impacted my life. And your arrival at this moment does not get to upend the lives of Black people, or else you are not doing us any favors. None. So if you're one of the handful of people, and there's really just a handful of people who've been mean and impatient about the unfortunate reality of this book, because here's the other deal, is in order to tell all of y'all that, then I got to spend 40 minutes crafting an email to people every single day to explain to them how their yesterday awakening to white supremacy is actually the reason why they haven't got their book yet. Because had they been thinking about this shit before, they would have got their book the same way everybody else does, 3 to 4 weeks. So I just want us to think about the context, the way in which white supremacist delusion has auxiliary impacts, right, on the lives of Black people. That even as you're attempting to interrupt it, you're sometimes still causing more harm. And that is because it's taking too long. That's because you waited too long. And so now it's messed up. And that doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean, see, I can't do anything right, I'm just going to quit. Because that's some real rotten ass tomato white supremacist delusion as well. It means be mindful. It means think about the fact that your awakening to the moment and lives and experiences of Black people has an impact on Black people's lives. It impacted it when you were asleep. It impacted it when you woke up 12 weeks ago. Because I'm still right now looking at shot Black people, murdered Black people every single day. That shit hasn't changed since you woke up. So don't be over here stressing me about no books. Go figure that shit out, and I'll get your book to you when you do. And I don't mean that, but I mean that. All right, I just want y'all to understand. Be with that. Your delay causes additional harm. All right, bye.